Hello, and welcome to Under 1000. My name's Thomas Flower, and each episode I'll read you a new piece of flash fiction. All of the stories are 1000 words or less. Today, I'll be reading A Moment in a Movement. It had all started so long ago. Pauline couldn't remember what had come first, the cause or their friendship. Perhaps it had been both, combining simultaneously to form this beautiful, passionate thing she and Myra had between them. Either way, it was all culminating in this, their act of resistance and struggle, soon to be birthed onto the streets. I think we'll need more placards. Can we get some made up before Saturday? Attendance looks like it's going to be even higher than we planned for, Myra asked, breaking the silence and shattering Pauline's musings. Sure, I'm on it, Pauline replied immediately, following up with, and hey, that's great news. Myra simply nodded and moved on to her next task. They had been working together for months now, building a protest which had grown into a mass movement of sorts. What had started long ago as a half-hearted agreement between friends to go wave banners and chant slogans outside the Parliament buildings had grown, with some care and attention, into a political demonstration the likes of which the country had not seen for years. The cause was one that many disparate groups could unite over, and although a surprise to them when they started out, Pauline and Myra were unexpectedly good at rallying the troops and getting them both fired up and well coordinated. Hey, would you pass me the pot of pens? Myra's voice cracked the silence once again. Sure, here you go. Pauline leaned over, pot in hand, waiting for Myra to take it from her. Myra reached out a hand, not quite focused on Pauline. As she did so, Pauline realized that Myra's unique scent was wafting off her hands, even at this distance. It was strangely familiar and comforting to her now. Myra smelled something like smoke, mud, and cocoa butter, all wrapped up together in one single package, simultaneously disgusting, dangerous, and delicious. Suddenly, and without prompting, Pauline's thoughts clicked into place. She remembered why she had been so drawn to Myra all that time ago. They shared interests and passion for political expression, of course. But there was something else. Something more. There was something in Myra that Pauline admired. Her hardened exterior and dedication hid behind it a surprising level of care and concern for others. She truly seemed to care about fairness and equality in a genuine way, as an expression of her interest in and love for other people. They were qualities Pauline still admired, and aspired to, and perhaps, not only that, they were qualities that she... But no, Pauline did not think of Myra in those ways. She was interested in their friendship, and in advancing their cause together only. True, she may have had that inkling when they had first met, but they had long passed that point, hadn't they? Suddenly, Pauline was curious to test the waters, and to see exactly where she stood. Myra? She said softly, this time being the one to break her friend from a concentrated focus. Yeah, Myra replied, her attention still on her banner making. Pauline could tell she was only half listening, but she decided to push on regardless. Did you ever think about you and me? Myra looked up, engaged more out of confusion than interest. Think about us? In what way? Suddenly, Pauline was unsure how to progress this conversation. What was she trying to do here? What was she hoping to achieve with this? She wondered if she should back out, but decided not to quite yet. Oh, just, we do all this work together. We spend all this time together. I think we've become really close recently. I don't know. Maybe you don't feel like that, but I do. Myra lowered her head again, falling back into her pattern of mild interest. Yeah, sure. I feel like that too, I guess. Pauline's heart fluttered. Clearly she had been lying to herself earlier. Her feelings for Myra were still more than prevalent. Chancing her luck, she continued pushing on. I guess I just wondered if, after all this, there might be something more between us? I don't know, is that stupid? More? What do you mean? Myra replied disinterestedly, in a distracted tone. Pauline felt shy suddenly. Pushing ahead with her personal wants at a time like this felt reckless and irresponsible, and besides, Myra seemed like she had plenty on her plate without the inevitable emotional messiness that this would create. She decided it was definitely time to back out. I don't know, sorry, just being silly, I guess. I was just thinking it'd be nice to do something relaxing together after this is all over, or something like that. Huh. Yeah, that would be nice, Myra replied, still sounding like her attention was largely elsewhere. An hour passed, a silence hanging between them that neither was interested in breaking now. Pauline worried about what Myra might be thinking, but as far as she could tell, she was simply too engaged in what she was doing to want to chat. Pauline tried to tell herself not to stress or feel worried about what she had done. After a little more time, Myra finally spoke up. Hey, I'm gonna head home now. I'll leave a list of minor tasks that still need doing. You mind getting them done tonight, if you can? Sure, Pauline replied, still nervous to engage too much. She continued working as Myra packed up and left. A little while after Myra was gone, she finally checked the note to see what needed doing. She was surprised to see that no list of tasks presented itself to her, however. Instead, a simple message read, Pauline. Yes, I feel the same. I know what you mean, and I'd like to try that too, perhaps. But now's not the time. Let's see where we are after Saturday. Pauline smiled and crumpled the note into her pocket. Things really were going to change around here. Thank you for listening to Under 1000. I'm your host, Thomas Flower. To follow the show online, look for Under 1000 Pod on Twitter or Facebook, or check out the website at under1000pod.com. If you'd like to support the show on Patreon, go to patreon.com/under1000pod, where you can sign up to read each month's stories in advance, as well as to have a thank you be read during these credits. The theme music is an instrumental version of In Between Days by Nick Tate and the Sharks. To hear the full song and more from the same EP, go to Nick Tate, NICTATE, and thesharks.bandcamp.com, or search for them on your favourite streaming platform. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and that you'll join me again next time for some more super short fiction.